We're taking a look at the Cleveland Browns here in Tecmo Bowl. And of course, Denver gives me a crappy kickoff to one of the best kick return men in Tecmo Bowl, which is Joe McNeil. Block here, block there. Evade the kicker. And see if we can take this to the house or not while everybody's in hot pursuit. Okay, so Cleveland's a team I rank 5th out of 12. They have a pretty stout defense, good quarterback, good passing playbook, and Joe McNeil's pretty good as a return man. So let's take a look at pass 1 here. This is a play I call a 2x2 combo route, and when I say that, it has to do with the cycle order of the receivers. So yeah, this guy runs about 8 yards, does a curl. Ozzie Newsome up and then a slant to the middle of the field just off screen. Kevin Mack comes out of the backfield. Usually parks here about 75% of the time. The other times he will kind of roll out kind of a wheel route, but to the middle of the field, stop in the middle. And then you have this receiver going deep. So as I said, it's a 2x2. A lot of times my progression is 1 click, 2 click. See what the defender is doing, which way they're shading, and if they get kind of here in the middle to lower or they come in, then it's 2 clicks back up here. So 1 click, 2 click, 1 click, 2 click. So just something I devised because on this pass 1, you're reading the defender dropping into coverage. You're trying to read quickly who is covered by the computer. You know, sometimes it's this guy, sometimes it's that guy. And then you also have when Newsome goes out on his route, the defensive end that's here comes unabated. You know, so he's a free rusher coming for your quarterback. So this pass 1, there's a lot going on, and it's happening like that in a short amount of time. So let's run pass 1. We'll see what we can do. Didn't gain too many yards. What happened was this receiver was covered by a computer drone. This receiver was covered by a computer drone. So Newsome was doing his slant, but Rulon Jones, the computer's kind of the roving, you know, the guy in coverage. He came in this, so he kind of went there. So it's a safe check down to Kevin Mack. So let's see here. There we go. So what happened on this play, Rulon Jones was here, he dropped, he was kind of hanging here in the middle, kind of up by the hash marks, so I didn't like the window to throw to this guy. I rarely throw to this guy, so it was just a simple click here, read what the defender's doing, and then 1 click. So let's do this pass play one more time, be in a compressed area here. Oh, sure. Accidentally needed to click one more time, so screwed up. Sorry. Okay, let's get the nuts and bolts of Denver, are defending against Denver. So got run 2 here. This is going to be my primary call. I'm going to be Frank Minifield. What happens when you call run 2 and your bottom side defender? You're protecting your defender against the run. So run 2 wipes out this front play here when I call it. Now if Denver goes to run 1, and I'm Frank Minifield down here, the good news is with the blocking scheme, I'm not blocked. Being down here, he's unaccounted for in the blocking scheme because he's on the backside of the run play. So what I can do is roll up here and make the tackle. So by calling run 2, being Frank Minifield here, I stop this play, and I can effectively come up and stop this play for a short gain. So if you know what you're doing, 1 run call and the right defender, you can pretty much wipe out the run game. Now what's cool about Tecmo Bowl is there's defensive reactions that occur in the passing game, and it's based on the combination of calls between the offense and defense. So when I call run 2, what happens is the game assigns Hanford Dixon, who's right here, to cover this receiver. So if this guy's already covered, I only have to cover these 2 guys. And this tight end kind of runs a seam, angles, you know, like a post to the corner, goes off screen, and then this guy does an out route here, about, I don't know, 5-6 yards. So by calling run 2, I've shut all this down, and by being Frank Minifield right here, I'm in good position to cover both these guys because I've got help up here covering this guy. So it's by design, run 2, and in this I'm shutting down basically 3/4 of their playbook. Now if Denver goes shotgun here, that's going to be a problem. That will be the kryptonite, because this guy, and this guy, they'll all be open. I won't have any help, but majority of the game I can just sit and run 2 and take care of 3/4 of the playbook. So let's see this in action. There we go. And try to hit the tight end down the seam there. Also, just to get a point on that last play, if I was to be, instead of being Frank Minifield, if I was to be the other defensive back, the top defensive back, because he's supposed to be in coverage, I would be negating that coverage help. So I would have had to cover the whole field instead of just my little area down, my zone down there. So it's not so part of it's knowing what play to call and what defender to be, and the last piece of the puzzle is also knowing which defender to not be. So okay, let's get back into this pass one. I'm a little irritated because I threw an interception against the computer. There we go. Just kind of wait, a little patience, let that window open. And you see, whoa, just trucking people. Number 2, Rulon Jones, he dropped right down the middle of the field. And so, yeah, Rulon was kind of sitting there. This guy was covered by, I believe, the bottom defensive back. So really my only option was to go to Kevin Mack here. So, and then, as we said, keep your eye on this guy, because this defensive end is going to be a free rusher. So, like I said, he kind of makes you, he forces you into making a quick decision. There we go, window's good, and got down there. Okay, I want to atone for my previous mistake here. Oh, I almost jumped it, almost picked it off. What happened there was, that was one of the few rare times where Kevin Mack does his wheel route instead of parking. So by him continuing to run out of the backfield, it almost cost me a touchdown. Okay, so to recap, run 2, and I'm going to be this guy here. We're just going to shut all this stuff down, and just remember, Hanford Dixon, he's going to be key, because he's going to help shut this guy down. And keep in mind, the field from the line of scrimmage to the end of the screen is 12 yards, and I believe the field from top to bottom is 12 yards. So you have 144 square yards of Tecmo Bowl field. So when you get pass coverage help on a perimeter guy, it's paramount. It's huge, because I don't know how many yards I'm covering, but it's not a big zone. I don't have to cover from here to here. I just have to cover here. So see, they did that top run play. For some reason, he will cut back on that. The computer will. So as you notice, I didn't call that run play. They gained 1 yard. So, and there's my coverage help up top. Jump the route underneath. Okay, so we've covered pass 1 pretty good. Let's talk about pass 2. This guy here, in and out, goes up, pushes off screen just a little bit, and this receiver just runs a go. He's heading for the end zone. Now, what makes this pass 2 so great is Ozzie Newsome, the tight end, goes up about 5 yards, does an out route, parks here. Now, in this scenario, any play where the running back goes out of the backfield the defensive end will make a run at you, but because Kevin Mack stays in, he stays in to block. So even though Ozzie Newsome's going to go out and park out here, the defensive end that's sitting right here, Kevin Mack's going to go and block him. So when you do pass one, you have to make quick decisions. There's a lot of things happening quickly, but pass two, you don't have that free rusher, so you have time to process everything. So in this situation here, after the snap, I'm going to read the defensive end dropping into coverage, and then typically what I'll do is I'll just do this underneath route, but if he tries to jump Ozzie Newsome, I'll either throw here or here. So let's see what happens. Basically the D end shaded up towards the top receiver, so I thought about the safe check down route, but felt the window was good to throw down there in the corner to the bottom receiver. So it was actually a little bit of a risky pass because the window wasn't great, but I thought, what the hell, let's try to check it in there. You know, sometimes you gotta get aggressive and take a shot downfield. Okay, well, here's the deviation I'm gonna do. Now, by calling a lot of run two, I'm conditioning, and this is a human opponent. The computer, they don't know shit. So by calling a lot of run two, I'm conditioning my opponent to stop calling run two, because he's like, man, this guy's calling it all the time. So what I'll do for a deviation is I'll start calling pass one, and I'll be down here, and you know, and as I said before, if they go run two, I just come from this position up, make an unblocked tackle. What I'm trying to do is either get you to call pass one, so I picked your play, but if the offense goes pass two and the defense is in pass one, it creates pass coverage help. So it puts the bottom outside linebacker on this guy, and it puts the top outside linebacker here. So that means that I only have to cover Dorsett, who's running a slant up here, and Clarence K here. So these guys end up like in the same spot, same part of the field. So again, it's a devised scheme. You know, it's by design that I'm trying to get the offense into a certain play, and I'm in a certain play as well. So I'm gonna go pass one. Now, if they run to the bottom of the screen, I'll be in trouble because my defender isn't protected. So, nope, they went top. So I'm gonna go back pass one again. I'm trying to catch them in shotgun is what I'm trying to do. And they went top run. I don't know why he cuts that back. So there, they've run the ball twice. I haven't picked their play, and they've gained 2 yards. So that's actually where he's supposed to go, but he gained only, looks like 2. So, and they're gonna punt. So the thing with the defensive schemes we run is, you know, there's stuff we do by design, where other people are just randomly picking a defender. They're randomly picking a play, and that's a recipe for for disaster. So, okay, so we're gonna run this pass 2 play, and I'm gonna just kind of see what the defense shows me here. I had a window to throw deep, but I just wanted to illustrate the out route, how much time I have. You know, it's pretty much a pressure-free. There, see, the defender kind of, I don't know, just kind of run into a weird spot. So, and then if you've noticed the last couple times, this receiver's been covered by, I can't remember which one of these guys. So this guy's been out of the equation. So he's covered again. Window's good. In you go. So it's just easy pitch and catch down the field. Now, If I was playing a human defender, not the computer, you know, they would recognize this guy was covered, and so they would basically be rolling down here and picking a receiver, whether it's Newsom or this receiver going deep. So in that situation, I just wait until they show my hand. Are they jumping the tight end route, or are they, you know, going deep and respecting this route? So basically, whichever way they shade, I just throw it to the other receiver. And see, like he tried to jump the tight end route there, so just quick throw to Langhorn. Willing to bet that guy that always makes first contact is probably Hanford Dixon. Well, okay, I'm gonna get back in this run 2 defense. They're bound to run to my half of the field here, so I'm gonna protect my defender. Dorsett was stupid cutback run. In Denver, if you've noticed, they've run the ball a lot this game, and they have really. Oh, I didn't think I'd get there. Elway's got a good arm, but again, because I only had to cover that small area, I was able to get there. Let's do some run 2 here. I don't know if the computer will cooperate, but I want you to watch this defender, which is Carl Mecklenburg, and I want you to watch this guy, which I think is Dennis Smith. I've called the top run play, so it's designed to come up here. Now, if the defense called the bottom run play, so if the defense didn't call the right run play, it creates a situation, though, where it short circuits the run blocking scheme, so it leaves Mecklenburg unblocked. It leaves this guy unblocked. So by knowing that defensive scheme, you could call, you know, the bottom run and be Mecklenburg, and you can equally shut down both runs, just as I'm doing against Denver from my defensive back position. So, nope, they went with the pass play based on the reaction there I got from the defense. So, and that play, it looks like they were in a run 1 defense. And they're just blowing it up. So, okay, well, let's go to pass 2 here. Safe out route. There we go. All day in the world to throw. Oh, give me the touchdown, man. Go run 1 here. Everybody's blocked up that I needed. So Kevin Mack in for the touchdown. 7-0. Okay, I'm gonna hopefully catch them in a shotgun offense here soon, so I can illustrate what happens here. So I'm gonna go pass 1. Good. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna just kind of pause this here for a second. What's gonna happen? This receiver here will be covered by this guy. So these guys here. This receiver here will be covered by this guy. So I'm going to take Hanford Dixon, and I'm going to come up here, get in a little zone, because Dorsett's going to come here. Clarence K is going to come here. They're going to converge on each other. So getting help here and help here, I just have to be in this zone and wait for the ball. Now, if Elway throws quickly to Clarence K, like right here, you know, I can't get there in time to intercept it, but if he waits a little bit, I'll probably get the interception. So let's do this. There's my help. Oh, he ran. That's not a bad option against that defense. Let's see if I'm going to call run or pass one again. Now keep in mind, if they run to the bottom, I'll be in some trouble. I'll have a blocker coming for me, which they did. Now what happened there is I ran back out of harm's way to stay away from the blocker, and because Hanford-Dixon, the top defensive back, is fast, he basically just went and made a backside run defense play. It also helps that if you notice, we're at the bottom hash mark. If that play was run from the top hash mark, I might have been in trouble. But because it's in the bottom hash mark and things are confined down here, less advantageous for the offense. There we go. Pick their play. They're going to punt.
Ready, down.
Let's kick off to them again. We'll see if we can okay, I'm going to get back in this pass one defense and see what happens. Play pick. So I don't think Denver has a first down in this game. Play pick. And it's 3rd and 15. So the smart call here is to go run two. The smart call by the offense, well, this is basically the kryptonite for my defense, but I don't think they can get the first down here. There we go. Yeah, if I'm in a run two defense and the offense goes shotgun, no one's covered. So that's a problem. Then I have to cover 4 receivers with one guy. Okay, let's go back to pass one here and see what we can do. And they picked my play. There we go. Did that 2x2. Oh, got sacked. Top outside linebacker on occasion will blitz me on that play, and so you're not used to looking for it since it must happen, you know, maybe 10% of the time. So I was ready to throw the ball, and there we go, 2x2. But yeah, if you follow the clicks, usually at the snap, I'm clicking down to Kevin Mack. Oh, just barely fit that in there. I click down to Kevin Mack, and so once I get to like a centralized target, then I'll read what the defense is doing. And play pick. There we go. Touchdown. And a lot of the things I do offensively are based off of playing my friends in 2-player games, playing tournaments. So things are a lot tougher against a human defender. They're less predictable and more likely to take away the first receiver in the progression. So, okay, I'm gonna go pass one here, and we'll see what happens. Just play picking them like crazy this game. Go, okay. Run two, they go kryptonite on me, which means everybody's open. Elway makes a bad decision. Really needs to throw that bottom receiver out on the edge. That's basically the counter there. Play pick. And another play pick. Which is kind of ruthless here. And another play pick. 4th and 15. Let's go for it. And a play pick. Yeah, whatever. Screw you guys. You guys are jerks. Okay, I'm in a pass one defense. I got a hunch. They ran right at me. I would give up 10 yards there. If I would have basically took the fight to Dorsett, tried to make a diving tackle, and missed, he's going to run for 40 yards. So it's kind of like the windmill defense, we call it. Third and 13. Feel good sticking in a run call. And they are not getting the first down here, guaranteed. Okay, this will be tricky. Hopefully they don't. Okay. Couldn't pick it off, but a quick decision there. Third quarter. Okay, we're going to run this route here. I saw that top outside linebacker blitzing and couldn't do anything about it. Free run. And this window's good. Throw into. And they picked my play. They've just been picking my play a lot. Can't get the offense up and moving too well. Window's good. I had the D end was right on my tail. So I really was at this is kind of the last second. Oh, geez, that D end or outside linebacker, just bringing the pressure, the heat. They're merciless in their attack. I think it's a random thing. Because what happens is this top outside linebacker randomly blitzes. And I wonder if maybe this guy does too. I don't know. I don't notice it as much or ever, but I do notice this guy right here. It brings that heat. And they pick the play. So it's okay. So, if you notice, I've basically just been calling two plays and being one defender, and Denver just can't move the ball on me. So that's kind of the power of our schemes. Man, he's fast. They moved the ball there. Okay, I'm just gonna sit in this thing and shotgun here. Got it. Okay, I gotta get out of my own end zone here, so. There we go. Just plenty of time there. That's what you like to see. Like to wait till the last second. Try to get what you want is the defender in coverage to go as far downfield off screen as possible. And that window's good. And we'll just mix it up here. There we go. He's going to pull away for a little bit. We're working on a 98-yard drive here. Kozar can definitely make that throw across the field. Well, that's how you beat the Broncos 42-0. Just throwing the ball, heaving it around. Not sure who should have been the last game. Oh, it makes me play Denver again. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, that's it for the tutorial on the Cleveland Browns and how you defend Denver. So let's see what he can do with the kick return here before we take it off.